To get underway game B, and the walking football team being bolstered by Rachel Riley, who's down there with the green socks, and Robbie Savage still plugging away with his all-star team. And after a shaky start, have begun to look more and more like a composed football team of a unit. They were playing, passing, scoring goals. At the moment, they're looking for other players, I think. All sorts of discussions between the players and the touchline. So underway, this walking team who play alongside each other regularly, so it'll be interesting to see how they'll compare with Robbie's All-Stars, who've been brought together at enormous expense. Certainly have looked like a band of strangers for the opening game, but we've been impressed with their goal-scoring exploits in recent matches. Overall, 36 goals to 30, the advantage for Robbie's team. This is Warrender finding a bit of space here for Shaw, and he's in. And that is a very composed finish, and I think it lays down a marker to show you that Robbie's All-Stars are up against a proper unit here. There is Rachel Riley giving the ball away to Sam Quek. Peter Reid now, player manager. I believe he's going to come and have a word with us as well in the commentary box shortly. That's a good save, good reaction save by JP Gill. Here is Peter Reid weighing up the options ahead of him. Robbie Savage goes around Rachel Riley, urging from the crowd that she needs to get stuck into Mr. Savage a bit more there. Nielsen for game B, and away by Warrender. Game B letting the ball do the work for them. Shaw. Some silky skills from Rachel Yankee, who was being fouled, and that's a free kick to the All-Stars. Savage through to Quek. And here the appeals of no running, no running. This is a walking football team they're up against here, and who clearly know the refined elements of this particular aspect of the game more than Robbie's All-Stars, and it's showing on the scoreboard. 2-0 to game B. Quek in a bit of a tangle here, but feeds it through to Savage. No shot from Robbie Savage. Bit of back chat to the referee, I think, being suggested there as well. So Christy Gallagher to take the free kick. Savage lurking with intent on the edge of the penalty area. It's an in-swinger, give it that. Here is Savage. Robbie Savage, who claims his personal goal tally today is up into double figures now. We're still awaiting independent verification. This is Shaw looking for Warrender. Sam Quek trying desperately not to break into a run. It's just a big stride, she said to the referee. This is good hand out towards Warrender. Oh, Yankee's been cut out here. Shaw. Good save. Not sure what you knew about it, but Gill makes the save. Savage. Haven't much noticed a difference for Robbie Savage since it's become walking football. Pretty much the same pace he was playing at full pelt. Pleased to say Caroline Barker has come to join me in the commentary position. Caroline, we've now moved on to walking football. Clearly this opposition game B know what they're doing.
This is my pace, Connor.
What struck me is that I can't tell any difference than how Robbie Savage is playing from the running game to the walking game. He's moving at the same pace.
Well, two good bits of news. This has finally dropped my pace. The other bit of news is I found out what they're being fueled by on the sidelines.
Good.
They've all got... Are you allergic to anything?
No.
I brought you a chocolate Nutriball.
Oh, no.
Don't say I never give you anything.
All I'm worried is that you've prefaced that with, are you allergic to anything? I'm going to find out after I eat it it's got something in it that I would
Remnants
prefer.
of me in that. There's a few hairs. You'll be all right. Sam Quek, again. I've been so impressed with Sam, having a chat with her, as you've been mentioning in commentary. A huge Liverpool fan. But she said she wanted to come out and show the skills, her ability, little tricks and flicks that she possesses, and I think this is maybe too slow for her, this pace.
Well, I'm just of all of them, she's got the most
The
exaggerated
comedy walk.
yeah, because she's generally tried to walk as quickly as she can. Here's Rachel Riley trying to deliver the cross. Warrender pouncing on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Savage will take it away. Look at this.
There was a
it's
trot
as fast as
in
he's
there.
moved all day.
That wasn't a walk, that was a trot, wasn't it, for Robbie Savage?
Yankee, that's a good finish. That's a very good finish from a tight angle.
We were just on 5 Live, where you can follow the action as well throughout the day, talking into the film review. And I asked Michael Vaughan how he would describe this as a film. He said it was a horror early on for Robbie Savage's team, but now with Peter Reid out there and the way that he's walking, it's a bit like a country and western. And he does have a touch of I've just got off a horse, doesn't he?
Bit of John Wayne walk out of Peter Reid, absolutely.
Savage on the ball then. Nice little layoff. I know you've been mocking him, but at times he's shown the capacity to play with others.
Yeah, no, this is what it is. It's taken him a while to ease into it. 3 full games, mind you. But he's found his passing range now. And as I said, this walking football pace is suiting him absolutely down to the ground.
I know footballer Michael Brown is in the building. He'll be joining you for commentary shortly, which is a bit relief from where I'm standing. Talking to the manager of the walking football team as well, he was saying that they'd all had their eye on trying to take down Robbie Savage, so it definitely been a target early on for this team. Rachel Riley's certainly been putting a few studs in,
well,
leaving a few.
I try to keep tabs on it, but Savage has been nutmegged at least 5 times so far. That's a tally we're intent on keeping up for the entire 12 hours of this game. But at one stage, it was certain that opponents were just trying to nutmeg him. It was nothing to do with trying to score a goal. Just can you nutmeg Savage?
He's very much enjoying the Phil Dowd conversation. There's a nutmeg just for you.
Walking football, Robbie, walking.
Dowd's having a word. Has he produced any cards yet?
He's not produced a card. There has been frantic waving of imaginary yellow cards. I have picked up on that.
It's not walking football from Mr. Savage there. Well, it's sleeping football. Good foot in from Peter Reid.
So definition of walking football for you, Caroline, is it that one foot must be on the ground at all times?
Why should I be an expert in walking football?
Because you're here and you're alongside me and you've got a microphone, so you're being asked this stuff.
My team, Chelmsford City, do very well
at
walking football. And yes, I've had a go at it. Another great goal from Mr. Savage. He struts.
Look at the strut. Look at that. The shoulders
football.
are back, and he's got. Talk about John Wayne walk. He's loving it. He's absolutely loving it.
Calmness in front of goal then from Mr.
So I don't
Savage.
know everything you've heard, Colin, but were you aware that it's come through from Chris Bevan, the BBC Sport website, that Robbie Savage in the famous class of '92 at Manchester United, he was originally a striker. He was only converted to a midfielder by Bobby Gould.
So we're seeing his true talents come out.
We're now realising, I mean, Blackburn and Birmingham and all these clubs could have won the league if they'd had him banging them in like today. Wales could have won the World Cup, for heaven's sake.
Yeah,
he's wasted in midfield.
Probably.
Look at him.
Oh, a little back heel then, and Yankee was determined not to. Can she back heel in? Oh.
Even with the walking football she got there, and look at the celebration.
Class
Rachel Yankee's enjoying it now.
Class in the celebration too. There's a little bit of turn of pace then, still within the legal limits, just gets hold of the ball and the little back foot, there it is, glorious.
I think if it was all 12 hours of walking football, I think the All-Stars would be brilliant.
You sure it's not all 12 hours?
It might become that way.
Ooh, that looked like one of my shots, not the resulting shot, but the pass at least.
Very much celebratory moment for Rachel Yankee. 129 caps for England, but did any of them feel as good as that?
Never. That's the one she'll take home. That's the one she'll replay on social media. JB's been brilliant in goal.
Yeah, he's been good.
A colossus. One of the reasons that they've managed to stay in this game in particular. 3-3 in this one. 39 plays, 33 overall. The good news I'm changing out.
The good news is that Caroline is side swerving out of this tackle. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Steve Herman's going to come in and join me for a chat. 3 hours and 13 minutes into the 5 live aside. Here is Rachel Riley. Couldn't quite find a teammate on the edge of the penalty area. Steve Herman, hello. How are you?
Hello.
Turn on your microphone there.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, have you just arrived? Are you taking all this in?
I literally have. Yes, I've gone through all the past processes and everything, and made my way through.
Well, let me bring you up to speed. So, Robbie Savage All-Stars playing against various challenger teams 12 hours straight. Opening game, Savage terrible. I mean, making mistakes, liability, giving it away. 3 games, 3 defeats for the All-Stars. Huge aggregate scoreline they were trailing. But he's turned himself from a defender into a striker, and suddenly it's all come around and they're leading 39-33. So we've been musing on the fact that Robbie Savage, all this time in his career, was wasted in midfield. He should have been a striker.
Robbie Savage from a defender to a striker. That's worrying times for the All-Stars team.
Kirsty Gallagher just out-muscled there by Nielsen. So our challenges here are regular walking footballers. This game being played at a walking pace, and you can just tell they've got the nous. They know their way around the intricacies and the difference between walking football and the regular speed game.
I imagine people like Michael Vaughan will be glad of the walking style football right now.
Here's Savage. This is as fast as he's moved all day. Look at him, burning the pace.
He had options then. That was greedy. Greedy from Robbie Savage. Nice to see Peter Reid out there as well.
Yeah, Peter Reid, who ostensibly and officially is the manager, but things were so bad in those opening 3 games, he had to come in, and that's been another huge part of the improvement.
Had a couple of player manager stints earlier on in his career, didn't he? Started as a player manager before moving
Good
on to
success
Sunderland.
with a team who wore red and white stripes as well, I seem to remember.
Absolutely. Less said about their current plight, the better.
Kirsty Gallagher with a good interception. We're trying, no one's briefed me on this, so we're trying to work out the official definition of walking football, I'm assuming, is one foot must remain on the ground at all times.
I was going to, well, the ball didn't remain on the ground there, did it? I was going to ask about the goalkeepers coming out their area.
Yeah, that's been a very grey area. Certainly they can't handle it outside their area. There's been a lax application of the law if they are allowed outside it. The one thing Phil Dowd has been consistent on is no ball above shoulder height. He's been strict on that one for both teams.
No options for Michael Vaughan, and there's the whistle.
So 3-3, a rare draw. We've not had many of these. But the walking footballers, once they had dragged the All-Stars down to their pace, you could tell that they knew their way around this particular brand of football. Savage chipping in with a few goals. And the All-Stars remain ahead on aggregate, which is something Robbie Savage is very keen. He wants, at the end of the 12 hours, he wants to make sure his team are in top.
But you want to keep it dramatic.
So, as we turn around the teams and get ready to go for some more action, let's have another reminder of where your Sports Relief money goes.